Alright, well, the clock just turned to 1, so therefore it's okay for me to begin. Hello, and welcome to this Let's live stream Hitman World of Assassination the Dragon. I'm MCFPapa, and in case you're wondering, yes, there are hopefully gonna be some giveaway stuff going on with this. I have a few leftover Patient Zero Requiem DLC codes if anyone's interested, and a few Trophy Duck codes. I might have some more, hopefully have some more, and maybe some Bruce Lee DLC ones for doing this. So if you're interested in them, just check the description. It'll say if there's anything there. And if you're watching this from the future, I guess treat it more like a Let's Play than a live stream. But anyway, so this is meant to be a showcase of the Bruce Lee mission, the Dragon. Well, actually, the Elusive Target itself is called the Infiltrator. This is the Dragon. Elusive Target Arcade, but this one is very notable for being a time-limited DLC. So if you're watching this and it's not like a month or more after, you're still able to purchase it, but otherwise it probably won't come back for sale until next year, which is very lame and kind of annoying if you ask me. But anyway, I'm just gonna get started doing that. I probably won't spend too long on the Elusive Target itself, so I'll probably end this live stream playing some more of the freelancer mode. But anyway, I guess first order of business is to reset the arcade. Hoo boy. I don't know why, but for some reason, all of a sudden, this very time, when I want to live stream, it seems to be running incredibly slower than normal. I don't get it. But anyway, to get you in the mood, I will be playing the briefing. I probably won't talk over it, just to be nice to you guys.
Good afternoon, 47. Our client has reactivated Agent Bruce Lee, martial arts legend turned undercover agent, for a mission of the utmost discretion. Concord Union is a Hong Kong-based crime syndicate that selects new members via a unique recruitment process. A martial arts tournament hosted every 3 years at the Hitman Hotel. The opportunity here is clear. Agent Lee can win the tournament to establish himself as Concord's newest member and our client's much coveted inside man. To date, no agency has successfully infiltrated Concord. Lee, of course, is no average contender. While Lee's combat skills should guarantee victory, Concord and its associates are dangerous criminals and unlikely to fight fair. Your task is to identify and neutralize any threats targeting Lee, eliminating would-be saboteurs with precision and subtlety. Ensuring he completes his mission is how you will complete yours. I shall leave you to prepare. Good luck, 47.
Alright. And then the objectives are to ensure Agent Lee wins the tournament, and then the target is Jiaolong Wu, which is, this mission is very notable for not actually having the celebrity themselves be the target you go after. I'm assuming that's because the Bruce Lee estate probably wouldn't have agreed to do a deal where Bruce Lee's likeness is intentionally meant to be eliminated as a target. Probably that's the reasoning, but anyway, so that's why there's a different target not played by Bruce Lee. Well, I mean, Bruce Lee himself isn't played by Bruce Lee either. It's an actor. I'm not sure what the name is, but one actor. And now for this, the first time I'm gonna do what I usually do for taking him out for the elusive target itself, which is just try to be as efficient as possible. See what I mean about the load screens? It's just very strange. But anyway, what I normally do is get the room service.
Problem with the toilet. Take care of it. Now.
Because on Bangkok, like, the hotel staff disguise is incredibly powerful, and it's even more powerful here in the elusive target, because for some reason you're allowed in the suit up into the area upstairs here, but you can't pass through these two guards that are at the doorway or at the bottom of the staircase. It doesn't make much any sense to me, but for some reason that's how they do it. And so, therefore, I just take it. I guess they kinda wanted to make it tougher when they were designing Bangkok by having two people you need to pacify, but it's not that much tougher, really. And now the guards just let you walk right by. But before, they wouldn't. Now, this mission is a lot easier if you know what you're doing beforehand.
Weird.
Like, if you're trying to do it for the first time, it's actually quite difficult and full of surprises. Like this guy, if I hadn't played it before already, I wouldn't know that he's one of the targets that you can potentially take out.
That was Roland Chow, one of the contestants Agent Lee had identified as a threat.
Surprise.
No longer the case, of course.
I bet you make a nice insala chai. I don't feel great. Huh? Okay, whatever.
And anyway, now with the influential duck, I've noticed that with this duck compared to the other medics, they just kind of get a bit confused. Somewhat. Like, see, she just, like, wastes so much time and mess up my timing altogether. And then finally she goes to the bathroom like she's meant to. I just wanted to use the influential duck to show it off, but Durian or remote emetic gas device is far superior, if you ask me.
That was Xiao He, a confirmed threat to Agent Lee's mission. You dealt with that swiftly.
I do enjoy that if you take out the targets before you even know they're targets, they do
That is Xiao
some
Long
stuff.
Wu,
Oh,
leader of Concord Union and a man of considerable criminal influence. If you
I messed up the timing, so I'm just gonna restart. You know? Because the timing's a lot easier if you get the timing right, which means take out the target while he's in the room, which I could have done if not for the stupid target just hesitating so much. But oh well. Now if this was a normal video, I would just cut to my point in the attempt later, but of course now I gotta just roll with the punches. So forget the influential duck and let's use Old Faithful instead. Far superior.
The minibar is not being replenished. Please see to it at once.
And that's another thing I don't really get, is why they added different, like, potential things for the room service to do. It's either the mini bar, the bed, or the toilet. It doesn't really change anything at all, but I guess they just wanted a bit more detail.
Oh yes, I'm here to restock the minibar, please.
Okay, whatever. It's not like I was going for Silent Assassin anyway. But, man, that's annoying. That's the only tough part, though, is it's just kind of hard to deal with the stupid lady by the door. Sometimes.
The toilet smells bad, FYI.
Yeah, I always hesitate, though, there. Because I'm just kind of paranoid that something will go wrong and they won't actually let me through. Uh-oh.
Sorry, let me through.
I think I might have messed it up again.
Competitors ready? Okay. Sorry, I really need a moment. Please.
Yeah, I messed it up again. Well,
Efficiently done, 47. That was Roland Chow. One of the
because
contestants Agent Lee had
that
identified
lady
as a threat.
is the other karate idiot. So where the heck does the other one go? Oh, way up there. Well, I might be able to salvage it yet. We shall see.
That is Chow Long Wu, leader of Concord Union and a man of considerable criminal influence. If Lee could get close to him somehow, it could be an opportunity to cut off the organization's head before he even infiltrates.
Gotta love Diana.
Dragonhead
Oh
Chow
yeah,
Long Wu
there
remain
might
at
be an
Concord
opportunity for infiltration.
With their leader out of the way, the organization is now
Yeah,
particularly vulnerable.
there could be, but it just takes her a while to catch up. And hey, I actually managed to get her in time.
47. That was Shao He, a confirmed threat to Agent Lee's mission. We dealt with that swiftly.
Oh well, it won't be that good of timing, but I guess now it should be good to just wait and chill and wait for the guy to come back to his room. because the third target is, I think, having a match right now. And I don't think it matters if Bruce Lee gets poisoned before the match. Like, as long as, like, you eliminate the other rival before, like, the match against Bruce Lee where he'll get beaten by him.
I make affirmations part of my daily routine. You can help it.
I'm glad you're on our
I guess he is back already. Huh.
That is Shang Wei Shang. He's one of the contenders Agent Lee may fight today. This may pose a risk to the mission. Zen has been eliminated. Good work, 47. You won't bother Agent Lee now. And with that, Agent Lee's way into Concord Union is assured. Find an exit. Your money is being transferred now.
Alright, well, it wasn't the best performance, but the beauty of the Elusive Target arcade is that you don't really need to care about how good your Silent Assassin rating is. You can just do it, and then it's A-OK golden. Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry if this isn't as commentary filled as my first live stream. A big part of it is just I think this mission is kind of weak in terms of the elusive targets they've done. Anyway, now the complication for this is Queen Hands, which means any eliminations must be performed by someone else. Only use non-lethal methods to neutralize threats against Agent Lee. Which now, to their credit, is quite an interesting complication. Oh, hello there. Baba F505R. I'ma just call you Baba. I hope that's okay. But we... Oh, thank you so much. I just wish Luke Smith V... I just wish that good old YouTube would actually, like, go back to usernames and stuff instead of the ats, because it just makes it a lot harder to read people's things, if you ask me. But anyway, there'll be a lot of time for talking, so stick around for this mission if you have anything you want to talk about, because oh boy, is there a lot of waiting if you're intended to do the complication Queen Hands for this mission. You can just ignore it if you want. But just doing it with the complication means that you're meant to take out or have Bruce Lee take out the major target, Xiaolong Wu, and that takes, I think, roughly half an hour of time. So stick around, there'll be a lot of waiting and opportunities for talking, and I'd hate to have to talk to myself.
The minibar is not being replenished. Please see to it at once.
So now for this, though, you can do some things to eliminate the 3 targets in an easier, or a more fun manner, I should say, like fixing the scoreboard or poisoning them with paralytic poison so that they'll get beaten in the next round, but
Oh yes, I am here to restock the
some of the other ones, like, it's just not worth the effort, because by far the easiest effort to eliminate the targets from the competition, because as long as they're eliminated from the competition, then Bruce Lee will win the tournament and therefore be able to beat and defeat the Xiaolong Wu target boss. But other than that, it's just not very efficient or tactical, I guess.
Thank you.
Like, the time is...
Hello.
Even though time really isn't a factor in this, because you gotta wait so long for the tournament itself. So, I'm just gonna knock him out.
Against Edgar Zoom.
Wow.
And like I was saying in the first run, like, if you don't know these guys are the targets, you really aren't gonna have very good luck. But once you've played the mission and know, it's a-okay. Because now, this guy's conked out. So, I've not eliminated him myself by killing him, but you don't need to. He'll just miss his next tournament match, and then that'll be it, and he'll be disqualified. I don't think anyone goes in the bathroom, so I'm just gonna leave her there. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I just think it's kind of weird that they are doing this mission as a big promotion when, like, it's just not a very good, like, streaming mission to play. It's good for YouTube videos. Oh, you gotta head out already? Okay. Well, goodbye, Baba. I'm glad we got your username sorted out at least. I will be doing these streams maybe on a semi-regular basis, so if you want to check out another one, feel free to, if I do stream in the future. Like, see what I mean, though, with this mission? Like, it's just not good. Like, is this entertaining to watch? Really? I just gotta wait for the target to get through his dialogue.
He overdosed, actually. It was very sad.
Oh yeah, they have
That was
stuff
Roland
talking
Shaw,
about,
one of the
I think, the
contestants
cocaine
identified
bear
as a threat.
meme,
No longer the case.
which was already kind of dated when this mission was released back in last September, I think, but it's doubly dated here in the
That is Xiaolong Wu, leader of
restart.
Combat Union and a man of considerable criminal influence. If Lee could get close to him somehow, it could be an opportunity to cut off the organization's head before he even infiltrates.
Yeah. And there's just so much dialogue with Diana, the handler, just talking and talking and talking throughout all this.
Hope you've got my back.
Oh, you're a Nitrom fan checking in. Alright, well,
Is Shang
I might as
Tsung's
well talk
official
about
participating
Nitrom
in the
some.
fight today? They say there's a risk to the mission.
I think at the very least, the Nitrom Classics will be somewhat good. Like, I think at the very least we'll see what they've already promised. The Twin Shot Deluxe remake, the Skywire remake, and the Silly Sausage one. But as for others, I'd like to really hope so, but it seems like Nitrome themselves just haven't been very lucky lately, where they just don't seem to have very good luck with their previous releases. Anyway, that ran over. Oh, put it on pause for a moment. I've knocked out the 3 other opponents, and now, therefore, I've won the mission already, but you just gotta wait.
Over here.
So I guess now I'll finally talk to Agent Lee.
I have been assured of your abilities.
Yours have been well documented.
Well, the key to immortality is living a life worth remembering. Let us find somewhere more private to talk.
Yeah, like you're supposed to do this at the start, I think. And just get the mission story from Bruce Lee about taking out the targets and that, but I've already successfully
Have
done it.
something for me.
Information. I trust you are a safe pair of hands.
The safest.
Winning this tournament may require some adaptation. There are last-minute substitutions for 3 competitors.
Plans.
Yes. British intelligence has approved them as targets. Perhaps Concord's Dragonhead saw us coming.
Or he's paranoid.
Is it paranoia if he's right? Gathering intel on him is valuable to the agency. But I need you to watch my back.
Understood.
I've entered the tournament under the name Lei Xiulong. Traditionally, the Dragonhead meets the champion, but he's closely guarded right now. If I can reach the final and win, our dragon should come out of his cave. How are you with hand-to-hand combat?
I've had some experience.
It might come in useful if I run into trouble. Be water, my friend. That's how we succeed.
I'll be nearby.
See what I mean, though? Just so much dialogue. I don't really want to talk over it, but I don't really want to skip it either. And anyway, I'd just like to point out that with the board, you can rearrange the fights to have like 2 competitors that are targets highlighted in red fight each other, so therefore one's eliminated from the tournament. But again, it's a lot easier to just knock him out and then it'll be good. You can even take this guy's disguise and like run the tournament yourself and that if you want to, but otherwise it's just a lot of waiting. So anyway, now I can get back to the Nitrome conversation while we wait for like 20 minutes before something interesting happens in this mission. If Diana will stop talking, but anyway, back to Nitrome. I think that there'll be a decent amount of success with Twin Shot Deluxe and a huge amount of success for the Skywire remake, but I'm worried that with Silly Sausage kind of flopping some, well, I just worry that Silly Sausage itself will flop, and then that might kind of give them the indication they don't want to do any more or invest any more money into it. I agree with you. They definitely do probably need a publisher of some sort. But, of course, the issue with a publisher is just Nitrome as a team is so small that there's very small profit margins already, and I would worry that a publisher would take even more of them out. But that's my thoughts on the Nitrome classics. Yeah, I mean, I am still kind of looking forward to Silly Sausage as a collection, just because I think it's a lot better that Nitrome's games aren't just relegated to mobile. There's so many good Nitrome games that they made during their mobile era that I just think is a real shame that they kept them for mobile only for so long. That's why I love Gunbrick Reloaded so much, which could technically, I guess, be considered the first Nitrome Classics. You know, it not only ports a game, but also added a lot more than the mobile version. But, like, the biggest one for me is Super Leap Day, and to a lesser extent, Leap Day. Like, at least with Leap Day, I can enjoy it on my Android phone as much as I want. I've been getting really back into it these past few months, and so I've done all of the 2016 levels and some of the 2017 levels, but with Super Leap Day, I just can't do anything with it because it's exclusive to not only mobile, but Apple Arcade. And that's just so unfortunate because it looks like such a cool, improved version of the original Leap Day. So I hate that it's Apple Arcade exclusive.
We'll take another short break before we
But,
return for the quarterfinals.
like, I think for the Nitrome Classics remakes, they really needed to either do Nitrome Must Die or the Bad Ice Cream trilogy for the first game. You know, like, Twin Shot is one of their more popular Flash games, and the Skywire is one of their more popular games too, so I think they'll do okay, but they really should have went out of the gate swinging with one of their SSS tier, top of the line games that so many people love. Like, I remember from the moment Bad Ice Cream 3 came out, it was like basically the most hearted and loved game on Nitrome's website. And I think it's just such a shame that they didn't do that. And especially for me personally, because I'll give you a special sneak preview of what I'm planning to upload in the coming months. In the second half of the year, I'm going to be starting in on doing Let's Plays of Bad Ice Cream 2, and Bad Ice Cream 3 in the usual Nitrome Let's Play schedule. And, like, just, I couldn't get the Flash games to work for them, so I played them with their HTML5 ports, and I just do not like the HTML5 ports at all. They are very rough and choppy, and so I think that's one series that could really benefit. Oh, more dialogue, because I guess the last of the 3 targets got eliminated from the tournament. But anyway, like, I think the Bad Ice Cream trilogy could really benefit the most, because, like, for Twin Shot and Skywire and that, those are games that are still pretty playable through various Flash emulators. But the Bad Ice Cream ones I couldn't get to work, and I hate the HTML5 version.
Oh, did that hurt?
Yeah, that's the thing too, like, Nitrome's output just hasn't been very good. Like, I think, yeah, you're right, that Flightless would have been huge, you know? Or even just something like Ditto. Or that, like, Ditto is a pretty, like, that seems like it was perfectly made for indie game on Steam, like, with the art style and the minimalist design, but instead they just made it a Flash game. They could have really expanded and done a lot more with it.
Helen Peng and Kevin Hughes.
And like Bomb Chicken, I do enjoy Bomb Chicken. Boy, is it really infuriatingly tough to get 100% on it though. And I don't think it was their best option for their big Steam debut. Like, I think they could have done a lot better with the game. It is a very fun game, but I think Flightless would have been a much stronger thing.
I'm prepared.
And then after Bomb Chicken, though, in 2018, they did the Gunbrick Reloaded,
Begin.
I guess, port /
Good fight is like a
somewhat remake, because they added more to it, but it's more of just a port. And that was in like 2020. And then 2022, I think, they did the Shovel Knight Dig, which I still haven't played at all. I think it's probably a decent enough game, but I just haven't wanted to drop $25 on it yet, and they haven't done a very decent sale. If it was like 50% off in the recent Steam Spring sale, then I would have probably gotten it then, but...
Excellent.
And yeah, you're right that I don't really feel any need to replay Bomb Chicken. You know, that's an issue I've had with the game, because I got it pretty much day one when it released on the Nintendo Switch,
Moving forward in the
and I played it
Helen Peng.
about halfway through and dropped it, and then I got it on the PlayStation, played it about halfway through, and finally, I think after several months hiatus, I did actually finish it on PlayStation, but then really haven't had much of an urge to go back to it since then. But the point I was making before was just that, like, Nitrom have only essentially done 3 games
Ready?
outside of Flash and mobile, and I think they should have really done a lot more, but I guess maybe they were under contract. But I don't think it was that good of an idea to spend like several years just developing expansions for Shovel Knight Dig,
You're slipping.
especially when I don't know really how much they get paid for that, but I don't think I'd assume it's probably like 50-50, where Yacht Club gets half the money and that they do. But like, you would think they would want
Let's go again.
like a wider output. I think that might be the biggest like potential for the Nitrom Classics, is just after these 3 Nitrom Classics are released, they'll have like basically doubled their library on platforms, you know? Going from 3 to 6 games released. My biggest worry, though, is just people aren't gonna want to buy them because they think, oh, it's just the Flash game and that's it. But, like, Twin Shot Deluxe seems to have so much, like, added to it. I am so excited for it. I was, like, just gonna do a Let's Play of it, and which would probably be uploaded sometime next year already. But I'm wondering now if maybe it would be better to do some live streams of it. Or maybe do both, where I both stream and do a Let's Play of it.
Winner is Yulei.
because it just seems to have so much going on. Like, redesigned all the levels, and then also including all the original levels. I suggested to Nitrom in their Discord that that's what they really ought to emphasize in their marketing for the game, is just how much content there is with it. But they haven't seemed to have done much of anything yet. And you're right, Deluxe is quite generic. I think it would be better maybe like new adventures or something, or I don't know, like Rise of the Cats, something like that, something that sounds more action movie title or dramatic. I think that would have been a better subtitle. And like, even just when they did the mobile port of Colorblind, they called it Colorblind An Eye for an Eye,
It's time for the semifinals to begin.
which is a really cool name, I think.
Garcia up against Lee
You know,
Shulong.
imagine if they had just called it Colorblind Mobile or something. That's pretty dull. But I really hope, though, in my heart of hearts, that it is a massive success for them, because I want to see pretty much all the Nitrom Flash games get that same sort of treatment.
Competitors ready? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, even just like revitalized. You're right. Like,
Contestants, stand by.
even just revamped. Yeah, that would be better.
Flow with me.
I'm a bit disappointed that the game hasn't come out yet, too, because at least from the way they were talking back in like January, they were quite optimistic about it getting finished and released like in February or March. Now it's most definitely coming in April or perhaps even later.
What
And
was that?
like, I just would have liked to see more from him, but I get it. It's basically like, I think 2 people on the Nitrom team working on it, and that's it. So it does make sense that they wouldn't be able to do it very fast. Yeah, I think even though they aren't popular, I think it's very likely we get re-releases of Colorblind, In the Doghouse, and the Turn Undead games, just because they already remade them in Unity, and so it would be really easy to just port the mobile versions to PC. Other,
Helen Peng.
I think maybe something like Double Edged could be something they would do, or Mutiny, maybe Mutiny. But you're right, like, it, of course, the factor is, with the less popular ones, like, would they sell enough to justify making even more of them? The one
Ready?
I would love to see is Frostbite and Frostbite 2 and Thin Ice, because I love Frostbite so much. It's by far my favorite of the Nitrom games.
Fight.
But that is very doubtful that they'll ever do something for it.
How'd you like that?
I think maybe what they'll prioritize is just games that have sequels that are really easy to develop, because they're basically the same game.
Easy. easy.
You know, like Twin Shot 2 is basically identical to Twin Shot, so they can just easily combine them and do a collection. Or
Fortunate.
like Skywire and Skywire 2 are basically the same.
Not fast enough.
Oh yes, absolutely. Icebreaker, A Viking Voyage. I would say that's probably, even though Frostbite is my personal favorite, I think Icebreaker, A Viking Voyage is the best game, like from a more objective standpoint, that Nitrom has ever made. It's just like gotten so much content to it and technology, and I wish they had done more with it, honestly. Like, it just feels really weird. Like, they intended it to be an episodic sort of game. They released the Kraken level pack, and then they didn't release any more levels for it. So my dream would be a port of Icebreaker, A Viking Voyage, with, like, just the Troll Marsh, the Underdwell, and Kraken level packs, and then they add more level packs that are just remaking the
The semifinals are now complete.
other Flash game levels, but in the Icebreaker, A Viking Voyage level design and mechanics. Like, that would be really great, I think. And that's probably my number one thing, you know. I mentioned Leap Day and Super Leap Day I wish were PC ports, but yeah, the Icebreaker, that's the biggest mobile game. I don't know why they just released it on mobile in the first place, honestly. Like, I mean, yeah, cutting is slightly easier to do on a touchscreen than on a computer, but like, the Flash games were perfectly playable, and it would also be perfectly playable to do it on a PC too. So I don't know why they didn't back in the day.
Right.
Oh yes, the soundtrack for that.
Honored guests
That's
have arrived at the final round of the
the
tournament,
probably the
the winner
most
of which will earn a
listened
much-coveted
to
personal invitation
soundtrack
to our
of any of Nitrom's
Allow me the
games.
pleasure
I
of
have
introducing
like all the
Yi
tracks
Shulong
as
and
MP3s
Yu
and
Lei.
on my computer, and I'll just play them whenever I'm doing something else. You know, typing up something, working on thumbnails, that, just something to listen to. I just love the Icebreaker soundtrack. And speaking of mobile, it would be nice to actually finally get Super Feed Me as a full release. Even though I'm not that big of a fan of Feed Me, or really, I wasn't that excited for Super Feed Me, but it's just like, they have these games that they wanted to do something cool with Super Feed Me and Flightless, but then they didn't.
How do you like that?
And that's just really unfortunate, if you ask me. A lot of missed potential.
Good try.
And like, I'm very excited for the Nitrom Classics. I'm not very excited for Mousework. Just because I don't own a Switch 2. Though in this day and age, I probably should buy the Switch 2 now before the price gets jacked up like $200. Like, the PlayStation consoles have just gotten jacked up.
I can taste the wind.
But, like, so far I just haven't had any interest in PlayStation. Or, interest in the Switch 2, I should say. Not PlayStation. I love PlayStation. But Switch 2, it just hasn't had the magic for me. And so with mouse work, I'm just not very excited. I wish they would be able to port it to PC.
Don't think.
But, like, you can't really do multi-mouse gameplay on PC. Which, I mean, honestly, that's insane to me that, like, after how many decades
Honored guests, I
of
present
computer design
the final match.
did they
Lee Shu
not
Long.
figure out a way to easily just connect two mice to one computer and just use two cursors?
Chow Long Wu will
You know,
offer his
you
personal
can connect two
congratulations to our
controllers
newest
super easily, but not two mice. Anyway, I will briefly put the Nitrome talk on pause because now finally
Chow Long
something exciting is happening in the tournament again.
My congratulations, Lei Xiulong. I confess, I didn't expect you to make it quite so far.
I am not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you are not here to live up to mine.
Are you? No, that can't be.
This is no illusion. I am the real deal.
You will not leave this place alive. I will make sure of it.
I am not afraid to die.
Well, it appears we will see one more fight today. This time, to the death. We honor the wishes of the contenders and welcome them to the match. If everyone is in agreement, we'll begin the match.
I wish Chuck Norris appeared in this,
All I can say is
but that would have probably been too expensive having two celebrity likenesses in one mission.
Both ready? Begin.
Let me ask you a question. What do you fear?
A ridiculous question. I fear nothing.
If you fear nothing, then you are aware of nothing.
It is a really cool climactic moment. I just wish you didn't have to wait half an hour to see it in the mission.
Such insolence. I have eyes everywhere.
Then you are looking at all the wrong things. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all that heavenly glory. Perhaps Concord needs a new head with fresh eyes.
This is why you intend to kill me?
I intend nothing when there is an opportunity. I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Target down. Dragonhead
And
Xiaolong Wu's reign at
match
Concord
over?
is over.
Well, in
With
an
their leader out of
unexpected
the
and
way,
quite
the
impressive
organization is
turn
now
of events,
particularly
the
vulnerable.
winner is
Nicely
Lee
done.
Shu Long.
And with
Congratulations
that,
to our
Agent
winner,
Lee's way into
who
Concord
joins the
Union is
hallowed
assured.
ranks of the
Find an
Concord
exit.
Union
Your money is
after an
being transferred
emphatic
now.
victory.
Alright. So there's the big fight scene can you talk with Bruce Lee after?
Guess it comes with the territory. But you're so ripped, sir.
I guess not. That seems like kind of a missed opportunity. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of the old Bruce Lee stuff. I got onto that because of hearing about Chuck Norris's death. Like, my first thought of what I wanted to watch when I heard he died was the one fight scene he did with Bruce Lee. And that got me on a whole streak of Bruce Lee fight scenes. And what I love about them is just, like, they basically have no dialogue to them at all. Yet they're incredibly captivating and engaging just from the sheer skill of the martial arts on display, that you're able to follow and see the story of how the fight's going without even, like, hearing a word of spoken dialogue between people. Just absolutely excellent sort of storytelling for them. And anyway, like, the whole point of me doing this is because I'm in the IO Interactive Creators Program, and therefore, like, you can get free DLC codes for and other rewards if you complete certain live stream tasks and that. I don't think I'm gonna get 5,000 views to accomplish that task, and I don't think I'm gonna get 20 concurrent viewers on this live stream, but anyway, it's meant to be a promotion of the DLC, so I guess I should promote that with the DLC you get access to that mission to play as much as you want in the Elusive Target arcade. Even though, honestly, I'd say it's probably the weakest of any of the Elusive Targets. Especially with the most recent Patient Zero Requiem Mila Jovovich Elusive Target. That set a whole new standard for them. But I think what I don't like about it is just it's on Bangkok, and Bangkok just isn't that interesting of a map, especially when you have the target is in the upper floor of the one penthouse, which is also what the Warlord Elusive Target used and the source bonus mission for the original Patient Zero used. So just a bit, just not a very good location for it. But also with the DLC, you get access to, I don't know, are they here? Oh yeah, the Jade Dagger, which is like an interesting pattern dagger, and you get the Kali sticks, which are unique in that they give you two of them and you can hold both on your back. What else is there? Wasn't there something else? Oh yeah, the Golden Dragon Scissors, which are just a pair of scissors with a golden dragon on it. Really riveting stuff that makes you want to get the DLC. And then you also, for the outfit, you get Bruce Lee's iconic yellow tracksuit. Though this is one outfit in the game, I think it's a real missed opportunity that they didn't remove the gloves and just gave it a gloveless suit. You know, gloves look great on most outfits, but I think for this one, it really should have been without. Oh, and this is the suit you get for playing the normal Elusive Target, the time-limited Elusive Target, which is going on right now too, separate from the actual one in the DLC. And of course, I just hate, with this DLC specifically, I hate that it's time limited. Only when the normal Elusive Target is released is the DLC able to be sold. Otherwise, it gets delisted until IO themselves decide randomly to reactivate the target and sell it again. It's such a stupid idea having time-limited DLC, and I hate it, because there'll come a time when they don't want to keep doing the DLC or the Elusive Target, and then people will be just permanently out of luck, unable to get it. It's the same problem I have with the M&M DLC. Anyway, I guess I'll do some freelancer stuff now. Excuse me. My throat's getting a little dry from talking so long. Also you get some cosmetics here in the safe house.
Good work. If you feel like it, you can now redecorate a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I enjoy that this game's still getting content, but it is quite lame that some of it, or so much of it, I should say, is time limited. Yeah, you get the music from the Elusive Target mission. Oh boy, I can't remember where the heck the stuff is. Is there anything here? No. I know there's other decorations somewhere. Oh yeah, down here, I think. I think there's like a fighting dojo down here in the practice room, which is like meant for musical stuff. Yeah. See, the normal stuff is like various music related things, but then with this there's also a little thing like this. I wish there was some sort of interaction, you know, but there isn't. I will ask you, do you have any experience with Hitman at all? Am I just kind of talking to someone who already knows what is going on with it and explaining stuff? I probably didn't need to. I'm just choosing locations based on how easy they are. And this time I'll try to pay attention to the actual objectives. My last live stream, sometimes I forgot objectives and didn't notice them. Okay, so that's cool. That's good to know, at least I can explain it better. I really do enjoy this game just because of the sheer depth of content it has. to it, but like some of its decisions are just quite wonky, if you ask me. Oh yeah, here's the golden dragon scissors up close. Isn't that exciting? Wow. So with Freelancer, the basic premise is just you go to the various main mission locations and then have to eliminate various randomized targets within them, while also fulfilling objectives to get more money to buy more items and weapons for the safe house. And it's basically just infinitely replayable mode where you're just trying to do more and more, always collecting all the items again, and then prestige, and then do them all over again. So yeah, I'm at prestige level 10. It's not technically infinite because you can only prestige up to, I think, level 100 where the counter breaks, but it's mostly infinite, almost infinite.
Bon voyage, 47.
And if you have any questions about what's going on the screen, just feel free to ask them to me. Or if you want me to talk more about various Nitrom stuff, you can too. I guess that's one question I'll ask you is, how did you find my channel? I'm assuming something Nitrom related.
Welcome to Sapienza. We have intel that the Syndicate is active in the area. Be careful, 47.
Oh, great. That's what I love to see, is when I get on to Sapienza and some of the targets are way down in the caves, where it's a lot tougher to reach them. Man, these targets are terrible, honestly. Huh.
Hey, what's up?
Oh wow, just from YouTube search itself, huh? Now that really surprises me that, like, YouTube actually did recommend my channel to someone. Do you remember what video it was you saw first or got recommended first? As I noticed, for some reason, some of my Nitrom Let's Plays get insanely more views than others.
Thank you.
Like, the one that really surprises me is MCFPapa, of all things, is really one of the common ones that people see.
Good doing business. What's with you? You know where to find me if you need to stock up again.
Alright, now I am most definitely gonna fail the no combat objective in this mission. And I forget there isn't the boxes to hide in on this version of Sapienza. That's on one of the side missions. Okay, it was MCFPapa. I don't know why, but MCFPapa for some reason does so much better. I guess maybe it's just a game that pretty much no one has really Let's Played, or at least very few people have Let's Played. Because that's something I notice, like in general, is
Hey there.
there aren't very many Nitrome Let's Players out there. My ambition, at least, is to eventually have done Let's Plays of all the Nitrome Let's Plays. I don't know how viable it'll be, but I'll try. Okay, well, I might as well just wait and try again. Yeah, in case you're wanting to get excited, this Christmas I will be doing a Let's Play of the amazing game Gift Wrapped from him, where I managed to get like a whole half-hour video out of me playing Gift Wrapped. So that's what I'm gonna post for her special Christmas bonus this time. And I know it's kind of weird, like my channel's just a hodgepodge of stuff I'm passionate about in terms of gaming. You know, it's just weird, you know, being a fan of a bunch of old Flash games from the early 2000s, 2010s,
Well done.
and then
This will surely be a blow.
also being a fan of a bunch of hidden object games,
One of the lab coats?
and then also being a fan of stuff like Donkey Kong Country or Banjo-Kazooie and that. It's just quite a juxtaposition of interests, but I figure if someone likes something, then they can just subscribe for that thing. And so that's what I try to do with my upload schedule, is just have a wide variety of like videos, but never given too much preference to any one thing. Of course, probably the biggest thing that the channel's was founded on is the Mystery Case Files Hidden Object games, so that's why my channel's MCFPapa, and that's why I do those videos more than anything else. Like, they're the only ones I actually bother to do both Let's Plays and non-commentary videos of. Just because that's like the thing that started the channel, I guess. But even though things aren't looking too optimistic for the Mystery Case Files series, they are for Nitrome, at least in the near future. So that's something to look forward to. Because I'm just glad, you know, I'm worried that, like, in the long run the Nitrome Classics won't be successful, but at least I'll be happy to get a better version of Twin Shot, you know? Because I do really enjoy Twin Shot. And anyway, with all the Nitrome Let's Plays I do, like, it's in pretty much the order of the games I love the most. Not always. Like, I'm not sure why I chose the Dirt Valentine to be, like, my third Nitrome Let's Play, but I did. That just seems a bit weird in hindsight. But of course, the kicker is now I've pretty much completed all the Let's Plays of the games I was a huge fan of as a kid. And so now it's a lot more just other ones of their videos, or other ones of their games, where I just try to do the various other ones, you know. But it is quite cathartic going through so many of the Nitrome series and finally getting to complete games that often were quite difficult as a kid for me to complete. But anyway, I'm also very passionate about Hitman, and that's the game I've most definitely sunk the most amount of hours into. I don't know if it's a brag or a kinda not so good detail, but I have spent roughly 2,000 hours in the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy of games. That honestly might be a more, you should give it a rest for a bit and move on to other stuff, but it's what I would consider a real comfort game, you know, something I love going back to over and over again. Oh yeah, like Flash was used for so much, you know, and it's a bit insane that they just like allowed so much of that on like places like Newgrounds and that. But I guess it was still the Wild West of the internet, you know, not as sanitized or corporate, where pretty much any Joe Schmo could make something and just, it would either be successful or be laughed at, but they were allowed to do it freely. I mean, I guess you could argue that what we have now is better or worse than what we had then. I'm not sure what era is really better, but it is kind of crazy to think that it wasn't even that long ago that that sort of content was just always available to do and stuff. Like, there was political satire, you know, like I remember I loved the one George Bush type of games, you know, where it's George Bush or whoever in some weird silly like situation. But like, I guess it was a more innocent time in a way too, you know, when you could just make weird jokey stuff like that about politicians and everyone would be okay with it and just laugh. But that's as political as I'm gonna get, I think, for my YouTube channel. I think a big thing too with Flash is, like, compared to so many other like game design programs and that, Flash was just absurdly easy to do. So like that's why a lot of less professional, like, game designers were able to do it too. But I mean, if the price for getting such, like, insane high quality games as what Nitrome produced is that there's also some very weird sort of stuff also involved in it, and that's a price I'm willing to pay, because, like, you had to have a better filter out the good and the bad, but the good was just so much higher, I think. Like, I think the magic of that time is that you could have stuff like Nitrome where, like, they were putting out a game at their height, like, every month or every just couple of weeks. And, yeah, sure, some of the Nitrome games were kind of Like, I don't know many people who are massive fans of the Jack Frost game or anything like that. But it was just so much better, I feel. Especially now, like, it just makes me sad how massive some games have gotten. Like, it's great for some AAA games and that, but, like, some games I feel nowadays are just too big, and I would gladly take much smaller games if it meant more sooner. Like, for example, GTA 6. I'm sure it'll probably be a great game and probably a massive success where everyone loves it. But boy, I would just have much rather had like 5 like GTA San Andreas sized games in the time it's taken to get GTA 6. You know? Like, game development has taken so long because they've ballooned so much that honestly, it's not unreasonable to be worried that you might, like, die before you get to play a certain game, you know? Like, you might grow too old to see the next one coming. And I think that's a big issue with the whole console generation as a whole, like why it feels like, especially with something like PlayStation, you know, the PS5 has no games, is because, like, games have taken forever to come out. Like, I really don't feel any need to see the PlayStation 6 generation until, like, 2030 or later, you know? But they're still, I think, in rumors, trying to push for the next generation of consoles already within just a year or two. Which that just seems incredibly stupid to me. Like, at least, though, there is quite a large library of older games to still be able to enjoy while waiting for the newer ones to come out. But it just really feels like stuff has ballooned way too much. Like, even case in point, this game, Hitman World of Assassination. It's essentially 3 games in one, and they released the first one in 2016, the second in 2018, and the third in 2021, and then combined them all. And so that way, though, at least because the second and third one reused so many assets from the first one, they were able to make them a lot faster than other developers. And, like, I really don't mind asset flips in games if it means getting a lot more games a lot sooner. You know? Because you can do some insanely creative stuff with asset flips. Like, look at Majora's Mask. It copied so many assets from the Ocarina of Time, and yet it turned out to be an incredible experience in its own right, because the devs got creative trying to add stuff to make it feel different. Or Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which reused a ton from Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, yet that's just one of my favorite PlayStation era games, is that just because they were reusing so much, they were able to get insanely creative. And yeah, the price of gaming is just gotten to a ridiculous point.
Hey, man.
You know? Like, I know people say, like, oh, well, back in the day, games were like $50 on the NES, and adjusted for inflation, that's an insanely lot more than $70 today. But it just hurts so much, you know, because they tried their best to, like, nickel and dime people by doing a bunch of DLC and microtransactions in games to keep them at the $60 price tag, even though they're now a lot more expensive for the complete experience. But then they add, gotta raise it to 70 yet besides, when at the same time it's also where people that actually work at these game studios are getting laid off at an insane rate, while meanwhile the bigwigs are at their most profitable they've ever been. Like, just look at Epic laying off 1,000 people recently. 1,000 just gone in a flash, without any jobs. Like, that's just insane to me. And yet at the same time, Epic also has the balls to increase their price for the Fortnite money and that for the in-game store. Just a very scummy practice. But that's one thing I will give Nitrom credit for, is I think just $10 with a 10% off at launch is a very good price to charge in this day and age for an indie game, even, because even indie games have gotten to be quite expensive themselves. And I mean, I just think at some point it's gonna reach a breaking point where there'll be some sort of crash or something with the video game industry, because it'll be, nobody can really afford it anymore, so nobody can make any money anymore, and meanwhile nobody will really want to make games because they aren't going to be profitable anymore. And so it'll just eventually go kaput in some form or another. I guess I should just be very happy with what I have and hope that, like, My PlayStation 5 lasts me for several decades, and my Nintendo Switch lasts me for several decades, and just take what I can get on those platforms and be happy with that. And just be happy on my computer, even though my GPU is quite old. It's a GTX 1060. I just gotta be happy with what I got, and maybe I won't be able to play the latest AAA game, but at least I can still play various indie games and various older games that still run good and were optimized good. I think the biggest thing is just the RAM crisis. Like, that's gonna make it pretty much impossible for normal people to afford any technology or computers.
This will surely be a blow to the syndicate.
Oh,
You should get back to the safe house. I'll contact you later.
ooh, I almost failed. Because for some reason the server is not counting the mission as completed yet. What's the problem? There aren't any more targets, are there? Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just because I'm streaming now. I guess that's the issue. So since I'm streaming, the game can't connect to the servers as well. So that's why it's taking so long. I don't know. Just very strange. But I managed to do the mission properly. See, if I hadn't left when if I had left when I first tried to, it would have thought the mission wasn't completed yet and I would have failed it. But thankfully, I was able to just wait, and eventually the servers caught up. That's probably my biggest issue with this game, is just the stupid always online requirement for it. You know, it's a single player game. You should have access to pretty much everything within the game offline, except I can understand why the user-generated contracts wouldn't be available offline, but everything else should be. And yet, instead, what they did is just made the main missions and a few of the side missions available offline, but for the lion's share of content, you gotta be connected to their servers. Oh well. That mission took me a really long time to do. Oh well. I guess doing the sniper kill is the best thing to do. Oh, knife. Do I have any? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, the burial dagger counts as a knife kill, even though it's technically a dagger, not a knife. See what I mean? Like, I think the loading isn't even real loading. Like, I think my computer is perfectly able to actually load the game just fine, but it's just the connection to the server that takes long, and that's why it took long to even get the video.
Intel tells us that there are syndicate members in the area. I trust that you can find them and eliminate them.
Like, see, it's taken even a while to get the objectives loaded properly here. You know? Oh, see, now it finally popped in. Now there's all the targets. Very strange. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I was worried I didn't actually throw the briefcase far enough. Which is possible. And then you can just get it stuck and lose the sniper. That's happened to me a fair few times. Oh, there's only one disguise. Well, I guess that'll be okay. Unless... Oh, there is a target way up there, but I guess it'll be okay just doing the one. Wanna just wait though here before making my move for that target, because I think these guys will see me if I don't. Because I really hate that target. There are some targets in the game that are easy to isolate and take down, and there are some that are like absolutely abysmal. So I'm just taking the easy way out with her because I got the sniper, and so therefore can just snipe from a good angle. There we go.
Syndicate member eliminated. Well done.
And that's how you do it. But now you gotta run away, because guards are absolutely gonna come after me for doing that. They're gonna search there in that area.
What the hell is a bare knuckle boxer?
got money? I got merchandise.
Tell me more.
Oh. Well, silly me going shopping when I have, like, basically no cash.
You need
So, can't really afford any of the important weapons. Oh well. Now I think it should be calmed down where I can safely go at least up here. No, they're still panicking. Okay.
Testing straight jackets.
I gotta run, but I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, there's a surprising number of enforcers for this disguise. I guess because, oh, bye, man. Thanks for hanging out and chatting.
Stop, you look fine.
If I ever do a live stream of some Nitrom game, I hope you'll check that out too. Or if you want to check out another one of my live streams, do that. You can do that too, for that matter. Thanks anyway.
Move along. Oh, sorry, you work here, don't you, my man?
Now that's a funny line of dialogue. Now that target isn't the actual Sheik, is it? No. Okay. So at least I'm not on the clock for doing that. Alright, well, now, again, this guy's kinda deep in the enemy camp, you might say. Which of course wouldn't be an enemy if I had taken one of these guard disguises, but of course I can't now, or else I would lose the precious Silent Assassin rating.
Excellent work, 47. You've spread
So,
fear within the syndicate.
or I would lose the other objective. You know, that's what's really tough, you know, about live streaming, is just when talking and trying to think of what to say while also paying attention to the game and any potential chat. It's just a lot, which is weird because, like, I do basically the same thing on a Let's Play, except without the chat. It just seems so much more. Okay, yeah, this guy. Ha! Got him.
Eyes open!
What? Ha! Now get a load of that. Now that's a funny glitch. The pistol does a camera flash. It is definitely not supposed to do this. Oh well. It's funny. Might need to put a seizure warning in this video now,
This will
but
surely be a blow to the syndicate.
it's funny. I wonder what would possibly cause that to happen. Does that happen every time with the Assassins Hawk 21 covert? Is that something just added in the latest patch? I don't know. Huh. Strange, strange, strange.
Huh. Wow. Never knew this stuff was so complicated. What's this one for?
Yeah, that's a fireworks remote. I wouldn't touch it if I were you. Look,
Now to just patiently wait for these guys to walk away, and then I can make my move. Honestly, a pretty easy sorta mission here in Paris, but that's because I had the sniper rifle along for the sniper objective.
Syndicate member eliminated.
Otherwise, it most definitely wouldn't have
Return
been
to the safe house. Collect
that easy of a mission. Huh, I thought that IO had fixed this glitch where the exit didn't appear on the proper floor of the map, but instead appeared above it. Strange. Oh well. Yes, game. Any day now, thank you. Kind of annoying. Ooh, look at that nice new icon with the razors. Oh boy. Well, I guess the razors were already on the older icon, but now it's another level, which means another border around it. Get excited. Alright, I think I'm gonna probably end the stream here, but before I do want to try some more testing of the weird flash with the Assassin's Hawk 21 covert.
Good work back there. The Syndicate took a serious blow, but there is still much work to get done. Recuperate and prepare for your next assignment.
Will it work here? Oh yeah, it definitely does. Now just to confirm, guns aren't supposed to do that, right? Correct. They are not meant to give a blinding flash. Huh. Very strange. Does the Bartoli 75 do it? No. Whatever. Well, anyway, that's gonna do it for this live stream, I think. Ooh, got the remote emetic gas device. I guess I'll exit to the menu to close it out. If the menu doesn't take like 30 years to load. Huh, surprisingly fast. But anyway, I hope you check out the actual Bruce Lee pack if you want it. Make sure to get it now while it's still on the market, because what's the date? April 26th. It'll be delisted along with the Bruce Lee mission being delisted again. So make sure to get it while it's hot, I guess, so to speak, because you never know if IO will do it again. I think they probably will do it in future years, but it probably won't be for a very long time. So I hope this was a decent enough promotion. If there are any DLC keys left for this pack, just check the description, and that'll list what all the codes and stuff I have to give away to people are. So make sure to check that out. Hope you enjoyed this live stream, even if you're watching it after the fact sometime in the future. Hello 2030, hello 2050, hello 2100. Will my YouTube channel outlive me? The question that probably will not be answered by me anyway. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Check out the whatever part I'm up to in Let's Replay Mystery Case Files, the Malgrave Incident, if you're interested. Hope you enjoyed me showing off Hitman and talking at length about Nitrom as well, and the broader gaming landscape. Like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in whatever my next video I post is.